every Friday.
We were both muted that whole time. Welcome to Adobe Office
Hey.
Hours, the show that's your favorite dumpster fire, as we always say.
Every time. That you can rely on. And that's like a typical Friday. But we are here every Friday
That's
at
it.
2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And Office Hours is here to just help you as a student, you as an artist, you as an educator, you as a small business owner, anybody who is using creativity to help themselves in any way, shape, or form.
Yep, and if you
How's
want
that?
to, if you want to tune in, that was great. If you want to tune in, and this is for all of our educators, for those of you that didn't hear it because we were muted, we're doing an educator mashup with Adobe MAX this week. So we have all the content for you. If you want to skip through and you're watching the replay, you can hit Control Right to just skip through the chapters and find what's relevant to you. We're going to be talking about Adobe MAX. We'll be talking about some educators content. We'll be talking about survival tips if you're going to the in-person Max, as well as showing you the Adobe MAX app. So if you want to skip through, you can Control Right. And like Nick said, we're on every week, and we're here to help educators level up their education skills as well as students to level up their creative skills as well. So Nick, whoo,
Ooh.
we did
That was a
it.
good
All
one.
right, that was a good intro. That was we stumbled our way into it. Let's go ahead and jump in. And where do we want to start? I think that maybe we should start with a little bit of just chat. Let's do that, because there are some things that we have that we want to talk to educators about. And Nick, how are we going to start the show? How many things do we have for our educators?
5.
Or that's it. Yes, we on Office Hours love to do top tips, and so we are doing the top 5 tips for educators that are going to be at Max, and this is in person or online. And our first one, Nick, do you want to kick it off? How can educators get involved with Adobe Max?
Oh, well, the first thing they could do is build a schedule. That would be a fantastic thing to do. And if you want to, there's a simple way to do it. You just go on the search bar in the sessions area and you search EDU.
Yep, absolutely. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that right now as I transition install, because I need to change a window. Like how my cadence just stayed the same. All right. So over here, we want to show you how you can just basically, with a couple clicks, find everything that you need to know as an educator. So Nick, do you want to kind of walk through these filters on the side and how we can kind of find content in sessions that are relevant to us?
Yeah, I think the cool thing is looking straight up on the top, you can see there's 106. I think that's what I got in sessions when I searched EDU. Did you go to a certain area?
Yep. So let me pull this up real quick. So to search, we can actually come down here to track, and we can find education right here. So for all you educators out there, this is what you want. So you can click on education, and I'll scroll back up so you can see. Check this out. There is a curated kind of choose your own adventure with our guidance to help you find everything that you need to know about being an educator.
Yeah.
So as I scroll through here, Nick, let me know if there's anything that looks interesting to you. Nick, where do you teach? I think we kind of covered this, but where do you teach as an educator?
I teach at Cal State University Northridge. We are just outside of Los Angeles. I'm in my 9th year of doing that, and part-time. So it's such a great thing to do. And kudos to all those full-time educators. I don't know how you do it, but looking here, I am looking at this kind of for the second time, and I'm really digging some of the courses here, which is great. The one you have right there, Creativity as Fuel for Student-Centered Learning and Well-Being. I think we're slowly understanding how important these things are in like the classroom. And if we can find someone, I'm booking a few of these right now as we speak, because I think these are great for teachers to just have some tools to know what to do when certain things like this come up that feel a little bit maybe out of your scope, and you want someone to kind of help you out with some knowledge and insight on how to handle this and these best practices. That's a pretty good one.
It is. So if you want to follow along with us, 1, you can filter, and 2, you can just grab these session numbers. So this is session 204. This does look like a great session. Let me go ahead and like read a little bit of this description. Join art therapist and DC Public Schools art innovation manager Lindsay Vance and Adobe Education evangelist Wezi Thinwa in a creative conversation leading educators to wholeness through their own artistic practice.
Wow.
Ooh, predictable stressors compounded by those related to a global pandemic and mounting socio-political tensions challenge our humanity. Listen as we explore the way teachers and
Jeez.
students can rise to spark collective well-being for the future. I love this session.
That's so good.
This is
I love
so
that.
cool. And so down here, all you need to do is if you're logged in to Max, and again, the virtual experience for Max is free. A lot of these EDU education sessions are virtual. All free. There's some cool in-person stuff, but we can just click right here, add this to our schedule. It's Wednesday, 6:30 is too early for me, so I'm going to go to the 1:30 on Wednesday. I click to add to schedule, and boom, it is added to my schedule.
Love that.
So let's go ahead and go back here to our session catalog and keep looking through here. Again, tons of sessions for educators. And if you want to learn some new stuff, digital life for the next generation.
Yeah.
Discovering the
think this is
autobiography. Ooh, enhancing your photos and designs with creative typography. We actually are going to talk about this probably at the end of the episode of how you can use Adobe Express to kind of take what you have and maybe even your lectures, your presentations, and add a little bit of zazz, a little bit of fun, as we say.
They've got some really neat ones. Discovering the autobiography of an independent type foundry.
Right?
That's an interesting one.
And here's a great one with our friend Katrina, big friend of the show. Katrina is going to be doing how to build a brand using stunning graphics in Adobe Express. This will also be relevant to educators that want to use Adobe Express in their classroom. So you can make headers for your digital classrooms. You can make flyers to send home. You can do pretty much anything that you need to in Adobe Express. And there's tons of free resources, great stock in there. Great session for you. S455 is the number here.
That's great. There's even one, innovation in education strategies for sustainable success.
Ooh,
Discover
we love
how
sustained.
Associate Vice of Innovation Garrett Westlake, a design thinking dyslexic who grew up hating school, but now actually teaches higher education and showing that. So kind of an interesting guest there. These are really great.
Heck yeah. So you can just go into track right here and then click on education to get that updated. One more thing that we do want to show you while we're here on our schedule. So if you want to just type in HOCHRADEL. If you want to just go ahead and register for this one, I'm teaching a course about how to design a successful social media campaign. It is virtual, so you can all tune in for that. And then also you can join me for an interview with Zipping Zoo. This is going to be so fun. Zipping's work is insane. It's just fun, crazy. We're gonna have a great interview, so you can join me for that.
Ooh, that's gonna be great.
And Nick, I believe that you also are in there if you want to type in Longo, Longo. And Nick, who are you interviewing?
We are interviewing Fergie. She's an incredible UI UX designer based out of London, and met her the other day and can't wait to have a great conversation. It'll be right after her session. So really excited about that as well.
Yep, it's going to be great. All right, continuing on in our top 5 tips for educators at Adobe MAX. Number 2, connect with educators, chat in your sessions, and follow up after. You also can use social media, post using hashtag Adobe MAX. And Nick, have you made any connections with friends at Max or people that you've ended up networking with through Adobe MAX online or in person?
Oh, every single year, and sometimes without even trying. And we were just talking earlier. I've got to start thinking about some reach out before, on Twitter, and putting some stuff out there and saying, "Hey, are there other educators? Are there other let's make make sure we find time to kind of connect." And in the past, there have been many. And what's great is the convenience of technology in your phone. Just make sure you're connecting with these people, and like Andrew said, follow up. I have talked to some of these folks for years now, and I think it's great, particularly to have folks that are in other parts of the country, let alone the world, that are educators. And what a great way to have insight on how they might be tackling a certain obstacle or getting over hurdles that you are getting over as well. So I feel you on that, and what a great way to do this. You know they're going to be there. So use that hashtag. I think that might be a great way to shoot for it, like on Twitter or social.
Yep. And what's cool too is there is an Adobe Max app that we'll be showing you a little bit later. And in the Adobe Max app, you can actually opt in to allow people to message you. So if you meet somebody, you can message them, get connected on the app, find out their social media, and maybe there are people that are teaching at areas close to you, right? Maybe there are places that you can meet up outside of Max, right? Or you can start an online community, start a Discord, start something to help connect with those other educators. All right. So the next point that we have, number 3 top tip for educators, is a little self-indulgent. We'll take it. That's what we do here on Office Hours. It's our show, so we can promote whatever we want. Nick, what is our third special thing that we want our educators to do?
Well, if you've missed anything, which we don't think you will, but if there's that chance, you can always tune in to our recap on October 28th, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to be recapping everything. And there might even be, for sure, something that we caught that maybe others didn't. We're going to be there for 3.5, 4 solid days. So I can't wait to report back on everything we find. And it might be something even out of the education world that you're still interested in as well.
Yep.
So,
and even if you just want to be
important tip right there.
Yeah, if you just want to be inspired and get excited, we'll be talking about sneaks a lot probably, and sneaks are something that we'll talk about in the in-person experience when we get there. But sneaks just show what is, and yeah, someone is saying proofread. Welcome to Office Hours, to hot dumpster fire. Anything at Max. Sorry, educators. I'm a designer, not a copywriter. All right, so yes.
The worst part is I read that without even seeing it.
Anything,
so
yeah.
It's a Friday for me too.
It's Friday, y'all. And so yes, tune in to Office Hours. It also will be a very chaotic episode because it also is our Halloween Spooktacular. So it will be Adobe Max recap Halloween Spooktacular Office Hours party. So join us for that. It's going to be really fun. And yes, we will be recapping everything, including sneaks. If you missed. They're just great inspiration and really cool ideas to hopefully inspire you and your students. All right, next thing. Okay, visual notes to add. Okay, no typos here. Nick, do you want to cover this one?
Yeah, good. Because I
had to make sure before we got into it.
All right, this is a great one, and you could do this by recording or popping up your notes app on your phone, or maybe you've got your laptop with you. But taking notes with Adobe Express is a great thing to do. You can make them a little bit more, when you see someone who takes really good notes,
yes,
you're like, how can I do that? I'm not artistic, or maybe that, bam, there's your answer right there.
And
do it on Adobe Express. Have some fun with it. Pop in cool graphics as you're typing.
Yep.
Right?
And if you're doing that and popping in those graphics, you can share those with your students, right?
Yeah.
You can come back and say, hey, here's what I learned at Adobe Max. Here's a full slideshow, right? You can do multiple pages. You can share on social media. That was a hiccup in the middle of a word. You can do kind of so much with those notes that aren't just taking a picture of the page that you scribbled on. My handwriting's terrible, and so I don't take notes. And so Adobe Express would be a great way to do that. And yes, you can do it on mobile as well. Yeah. Super easy.
Yeah. Oh, and we should put the Discord back on, because if you do one, send it our way. We'd love to see what you created.
Yes.
Right? We'll share it right here. Because again, it's from your perspective, and it might be something we did not miss, or we missed from a particular session or something. So let us know if you have created one. I'm going to actually try my best. I've had some students in the past that, I don't know, there's a name for it. Do you know the name of that really cool note taking with they have sticker tabs and everything, and it's in perfect journals? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know how to write, and so I don't. Yeah, chat. Do you know anything about
do you know what it's called?
The special journals with all the stuff?
Yeah, it's like a journaling kind of tactic. I can't remember what it was. I was just envious because I'm like, that is not me. I don't take really good notes. So
yep. Yeah. Last thing. Generate a QR code and replace your business card for contact information. You can link this wherever you want. And I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. Nick, is there a great handy tool that we could use to generate a QR code to send people where we want them to go?
And it's not some clunky website that has ads all over it?
Yeah, something that's not going to maybe give us a virus?
Yes. It's called Adobe Express, guys.
It's true.
You can do a QR code right there, and Andrew's going to show you how simple this is.
Yeah, so all you need to do is right here, express.adobe.com. It is open and free to everybody with an Adobe ID. And you can click on Generate QR Code. Here I can type in my website, https www.hoch.co. That is my site. I hit Generate QR Code, and boom, there's a QR code that will send to my website. What's cool is we can also change the style of this. So we can do little dots. We can change the color of it. And Nick, Here's the pro tip. What do you do once you have a QR code at a conference? What do you do once you generated it?
Make it your screensaver. Make it your
Yes.
background wallpaper.
Yes, make
Lock
it your
screen, whatever
phone
it is.
background so that when you need somebody to scan and share information, all you have to do is hold your phone up and they can scan your phone. Just set it as your background. No unlocking, no sharing, no business cards. Literally just set it as your phone background and then they can scan it right away and get connected with you.
And make it easy for folks, like maybe even use a Linktree URL, or if your website has everything on there, what one URL would be a great one that has all of the contact information for you?
Yep, absolutely. And real quick, let me pull something up. This is also a great URL to visit. Hold on, I'm building the bit. This is a great place to visit to get connected with community. If y'all just want to scan this QR code right here, there it is, big on your screen. That'll take you directly to the YouTube channel for Adobe Live. That's where we are. That's where we live, right here. You also can get more information. Go to the community tab, and there's tons of cool information here. Look at that. Nick is ready. He got it scanned. So everybody scan, go subscribe, click on those notifications so that you can get notified of what is on the way.
There you go.
All right. I think that's our last. Set that as your phone background. It's really a keeper. And I learned that. Here's how I learned that. This is such a bad story to tell. But I learned that idea from going to Las Vegas with some friends, and one of them took a picture of our hotel room number and set it as their background. And they said, just in case I need to get home. And I was like, that's the smartest thing I've ever seen. And so I was like, do it with the QR code. Same idea.
You're never going to lose that photo for sure.
Yep.
You know?
And we do have a question from our chat, which we love. Chat. If you have questions, drop them in there whenever you want for the whole show. Could you make a QR code for your portfolio and put it on your resume? That's a great question. Yes.
Well, any portfolio, all it needs is a URL. So let's say it's your Behance page, your portfolio from your Behance page might be your own URL that you have.
Yep.
So it could be anything, guys. It could be anything. Another great tip too is LinkedIn. If you have a great account on there and all your stuff's there, they have a code that's right there, and you can basically swap LinkedIn information with anybody you meet, based on your camera phone as well. So yeah, boom, there we go. All right.
Go for it. So that's all we have for educators. For now, educators, tune into Adobe Live at any point. Tune into Office Hours every Friday, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. We've been going for 2.5 years now. We have a ton of content for you to help your students and also help yourself just be a better educator and hopefully help your kids be more creative. Perfect. All right. So hard stop, and let's go ahead and switch over to talking about Max in person. Nick, for all the people that skipped the educational content, we're going to do a bookmark right here that says Adobe Max in-person experience. Nick, you do the cut-in and intro. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Max Community Pavilion, an in-person part of this video.
You did it. You did it. You skipped over somewhere, but that's fine. Yes. We don't mind because you're here. All right, Nick, let's talk about in-person Adobe Max. You've been before. What is the vibe to in-person? It starts on Monday. People are probably super excited, looking forward to it. Tell us about your experience to get people more excited.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to any other creative conference, or even conference for that matter, that is so built for us, and you feel it the minute you walk in. Everyone around you have something in common with, because let's face it, you're probably all Creative Cloud subscribers. You use the apps. You're probably a creative in some way. The coolest thing I'll never forget was the first time I sat down at breakfast, hadn't even seen a session yet. The person next to me, we exchanged business cards. That was 8 years ago, before all this other fun tech. He was a graphic designer at the White House. I just thought that was the coolest business card.
I'm sorry,
and it
what?
just said graphic designer, and it was like the White House, and I was like, there was one email address. That was it. I was like, enough said. Like that's pretty cool. We're gonna meet some amazing people here these weeks. And over the years, I could say I've probably kept in touch with every single person that I've met or exchanged contact information with. But again, I think it feels like the event you've been waiting for. It feels like you're like, whoa, there is this thing that exists, and it covers and checks off all the boxes for what you want to do and the community you want to meet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of the community and meeting people and Adobe Max in person, we're going to start out talking about the Community Pavilion. This is a great place to get connected. And I want to give you a look at the Community Pavilion map. So this is what the map looks like. I believe the entrance doors are down here.
Right
so
there.
if you are attending in person, here's where you're going to want to go. You're going to want to go all the way to the back to the Adobe booth. Look at the Adobe booth for a hot second, then turn left and walk all the way down and visit us at the Adobe Live booth. Come say hi. We are going to be broadcasting the whole time. And Nick, there's also something happening in, I believe it's the Creative Park over here that might involve some furry friends. What happens every year at Adobe Max?
Oh, the puppy farm. It's amazing. I think it comes in like day 2 or 3. I can't remember, but it's the ultimate stress reliever. Like, take a load off. If you just look at the page of the Community Pavilion on the website, they give you these crash areas of just like giant pillows and huge chairs, and then there's this little puppy farm off to the side. And I tell you, the coolest thing too is being able to like just log on with your laptop, do a little bit of work, walk over, see some of the stuff at Adobe Live, check out some of the sponsors, walk the booths. You've got so many different people there showing off great stuff that you might want. And look at the pillows. I'm getting pillows for the sofa this year. I'm getting them this year. Yeah, I figured he probably has them.
Wait for it,
the
chat.
Swag and the gift shop is really great. And that's my student right there. That's my student taking a headshot. That is the coolest thing. I love that.
Look at I'm in the thing. I got a pillow.
Your AI. I love it.
So yeah, you can get some great swag. I'm going to go ahead and preview. Hold on. Let me see. I've asked the team at Adobe Live if I can preview some of the swag that we are giving, and I have gotten the thumbs up. So I'm going to show you all. If you come visit the Adobe Live booth in person, we have some great swag that you can win. We have a Plinko board, and we'll also be doing a community mural. So I'll have a computer with a Photoshop document, and you can add whatever you want to it for the community mural.
Mural. Oh, that's a great idea.
All right, Nick.
The digital version of it. I like that.
It's going to be digital, yep. And everybody can add one thing, and once you add it, you will win a puck that you can put into our Plinko board to win some prizes. Here's the thing that I'm so excited to wear. And I love sassy hats. If you ever watched this show, we have hats. And if you stop by our booth, you can get some swag. And one of them is this hat that just says "Cool Kids Watch Adobe Live." Don't you want to be a cool kid? We're trying to peer pressure into
cool kid.
That's it. We're trying to peer pressure people into watching Adobe Live. So you can stop by and get some of that swag. We also have stickers, buttons. We've got some pens for you, some really cool swag, some tote bags for Adobe Express. Stop by that booth. Again, the back left corner of Adobe Max is where you can find us. All right. So Nick, we've talked about educators just a little bit. These are our top 5 tips for everyone in person. Again, that's all we do in office hours. We just give you top 5 things. So here are our top 5 tips for someone who is attending Adobe Max in person. Number 1, don't be shy. This is our survival guide. Nick, let's talk about being shy at Adobe Max.
Yeah, doesn't work.
No.
Let's just face it. I think if you're naturally shy, you're going to find within 5 minutes, impossible, because you'll see someone just like you, and maybe the best thing to do is go. I went the first year by myself, did not know a single soul, and I think that was the best way to go. But you will find that everybody else just wants to talk and meet as well, and who knows, this could be a lifelong friend that you make or a colleague or something. So do not be shy. Definitely speak out, talk, particularly at areas. The breakfast tables and the lunch tables are the best,
and the Max Bash, yes.
Right, because it's a big round table. It probably seats about 12 to 14 people. So even if you're with some people, you will be right next to others. And it is the most natural, conversation starter, because everybody just introduces themselves, says hello. Don't be shy, meet people, take advantage of being under the roof with all of these folks.
Yeah, that's how I got started doing live streaming, is I went and I met the Adobe Live team at Adobe Max. And that's how I got connected. They're like, come to a stream. Great. We did it. And now here we are, like however many years later. So go talk to people, get connected, meet friends. If you are watching and you are going, I believe that Josh Arisa, our like unofficial sponsor of Adobe Office Hours. You guys always see us. Yeah, you guys always see us in chomp gear. Let me go ahead and look real quick. Is he in here?
I don't think they've placed the map yet.
They haven't. All right. Well, Josh is in there, and don't be shy. Go up and tell Josh that Andrew and Nick sent you over from Adobe Office Hours. It'll be a fun little thing for us. All right. Yeah. So next thing, survival number 2: wear comfy shoes, hydrate, and grab food when you can. Nick, you have experience with this. Tell us about these 3 things.
Yeah. Okay. So comfy shoes for sure. Number 1.
Put those Crocs in sport mode, baby, and get to town.
You're gonna be walking and standing a lot, and I think nowadays I picked my shoes out already. What I'm bringing. That's literally
Nick
was first in mind.
You keep talking. I need to run and grab the shoes just to show chat the shoes that I'm wearing to the Max Bash. So you guys keep talking. Nick, go for it.
Okay. So comfy shoes, number 1. Comfy clothes too, as well. It's all indoors. You will go between 2 or 3 buildings, going from both the theater to the convention center. So most of it will be indoors. Making sure you hydrate. There is plenty of food, coffee, water, you name it, all around. And grab food when you can, because truly you're going to be in long sessions. So it's always good to do that as well. So grab the food. The neat thing is they give you a lot of like snack stuff through the day. So you can just take it and you've got it in your bag. And now you're set for whatever meal is up next.
All right. Are you ready for this, chat?
Yeah.
To the Max Bash, I've decided that I want to be just
real
taller
comfy,
than everyone.
Comfy shoes, right?
Comfy shoes.
Mm-hmm.
These are what are coming to the Max Bash. These are going to make me almost 7 feet tall. It's going to be most epic. I felt like we needed to make a little splash in the Max Bash. I haven't seen people in a long time, so we'll be getting comfy shoes. Those are what those are. But yes, wear comfy shoes. Don't do as me. I'm betting I'm going to last like 20 minutes in those shoes. All right. So continuing on, next thing, survival tips for Adobe Max in person. Take photos with friends, but more importantly, take photos in sessions. Nick, are you a note taker when you go in sessions?
No, that's why I'm a photo taker.
Yes. And what's great, you can take your photos, and then I think iPhones now have the thing where you can just like copy the text and paste it into a note.
Great idea.
Super easy.
Slides,
yes.
You name it, right?
Yep, exactly. You can convert it into
idea.
a PDF with Adobe Express using those quick actions. So just take pictures of the slides. No reason to write things down. Just take pictures, right? Put them in a Creative Cloud library. Make a PDF using Adobe Express with all of those, and just keep them all together. It will just make your life so much easier.
I would say another thing is not only take the pictures, but post the pictures and tag the person who is talking, who's giving the session. Show them that you got something out of it. Because I think when you can't go to some of these events, some of us would live vicariously through Twitter and see the slides and be like, I feel like I'm there. So for those that can't make it live, if you are there, definitely shoot the pictures, tag them. That'd be great.
Absolutely. And Nick, do you want to talk about this one? I'm going to pull up a picture while you talk about this.
Yeah.
What's the second to last tip we have?
Oh, this is the best. And I say this to my students all the time. Definitely, everyone probably has the same question you do. And if no one's asking it, be the one to ask. So ask a question. Someone will probably have the exact same question as you do. And it's a great way, again, to go back to our beginning. It starts conversations with people. And that's why everyone's there, to be honest with you. It's to kind of get solutions to all the things that you need to help you take it to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to show you all, if you are coming to join us at the Adobe Max booth, here is what you need to be looking for. You're going to walk all the way down to the left, and here is, I don't know if I can show this, so if I get in trouble, it's 3 days away. Who cares? This is the Adobe Max booth. Look at that. So you can look for this booth.
Adobe Live booth.
Adobe Live booth, excuse me. You can look at the Adobe Live. And someone's asking, no subtitles for the live. I believe there are subtitles here. I think that you can turn maybe. Oh, they're unavailable. They're usually on. I'm sorry for that. I don't know why they're not on. Usually we have captions for the show. I don't know why they're not on.
I thought it came later.
Yeah, we'll double check that. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So we do have the Adobe Live booth that you can join. This is what it looks like all the way back to the left. visual reference. You can scan our QR codes to get into our YouTube channel to subscribe. And then you can earn a little puck that you can play Plinko, which is going to be really fun and win some prizes.
That's great. Hey, and if you see me, I'm going to have a bag full of swag as well. So I've got
a swag bag?
I got a swag bag, baby. We're promoting our podcast as a sponsor there. So we're doing a few interviews with folks as well. But I have some stuff that I'll have with me the whole time. So if you do see me, please flag me down and you'll get one.
We love good swag. So Last Survival, of course, comes to Adobe Live in person and get some swag. We got hats. There's a lot of swag talk happening right now.
I know.
I'll probably have, I don't know, I'll bring some swag of some sort. I don't have a lot of swag, but I'll find something for all of you. And with that, those are all of our top tips. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Max website and kind of just show you some other ways you can get involved, show you a little bit about community, things that are happening in the in-person event.
Yeah.
And Nick, let's go through the schedule real quick of the agenda.
Yes.
So hold on, let me load it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we are. Let's close Adobe Express. All right. So let's talk about agenda. Nick, when are you getting into Adobe Max?
Well, I'm going to be there the night before, so I'm going to start fresh and early. So I'm there Monday, but then Tuesday morning is the official kind of the real Max part. I think up front is pre-conference, right, on Monday?
Yep.
So bright and early, man. I will be there at probably 7 a.m. I'm just going to be knocking on the door going, open up. It's been 2.5 years, 3 years. Let's go.
Let me in. Yeah. So if you're getting in Sunday, there is pre-conference registrations from 7 to 5. Russell Brown is going to be at Max and Creative Cloud at Max from 1 to 5. And we do have the pre-conference continuing on Monday. Nick, pre-conference labs, their areas for you to get involved, to learn some stuff, get started. But Tuesday is when the real party starts, Nick. What is happening on Tuesday?
Ooh, everything. It's kind of the big kickoff. If you haven't taken your registration or gotten your card yet on Sunday or Monday, definitely get there early to get your badge nice and early, because right at 9 o'clock is the opening keynote. You just don't want to miss out. You really don't want to be behind on your schedule here. So do your best. It opens at 6:30 in the morning to get your registration and your badge.
Yep.
So definitely do that if that is the day you are arriving on Tuesday, and then head right on over to, I believe it is at the Microsoft Theater, where the keynote will be.
Yes, absolutely. And let me see if there is a map here that I can show. The Microsoft Theater is really close to the convention center, but there is no map. That's all right.
So there's signage and everything direct to you.
Yes, very close. You'll be able to see where everything is. Yeah, absolutely. So you want to get the opening keynote. This is where it's going to have all the new fun things that are happening with your Creative Cloud, with your favorite Adobe products. And Nick, this is a pro tip that we tell people every year. How do they make sure that they get everything as it goes live in whatever apps are getting updated?
Oh, right there, the Creative Cloud. Yes. Make sure you are on auto update, because the minute you leave, you're going to want to fire up your computer and be like, what?
Yep,
I
absolutely.
can do in Illustrator now?
Yes.
There it is.
Magic. So the way to do that, let's go ahead and not leak my email. All you need to do is go over here. You click on your settings up there and then click on apps, and you can do auto update, and it will do everything for you. You can even choose certain apps that you want to update right there. So you can set it so you don't have to remember to update things. It will automatically download. A lot of times, this is the inside scoop, I think a lot of times it may update before the keynote sometimes. The updates go out randomly, and so sometimes you'll literally be watching the keynote and be like, it's here, there's new whatever.
Yeah.
So check that out. And hello to all our friends coming in from Pro Tips, the show right before this. Pro Tips has a little bit of a hangout after the show, and so they're just joining us over from Discord. And since y'all are already in Discord, why don't you just go ahead to a different Discord, and that's discord.gg/ACC. That's our Discord.
There you go. Hey, got a pro tip right where we're at on Tuesday.
Hit me.
You see where it says opening keynote, right?
Yes.
And then what's right below that?
Community Pavilion.
At what time?
11 o'clock.
And what do you want to do at 11 o'clock? If you do not have a session, that is your ultimate chance to get all the swag.
That's so true.
That's it.
That is so true.
You
Right.
didn't hear it from me.
Yes.
But
Right after the opening keynote, go into the vendor hall, go into the community pavilion, just take I'm sure that they're going to give you a tote. If you don't have a tote, come by the Adobe Live booth. They're going to give you a tote and then just walk the booths and get all of the swag. There's so much good stuff. It really is the best part about Max. There's a lot of cool stuff, but the swag.
I'm surprised we didn't think of that when we were like coming up with these tips, all week long.
Yeah, just swag. So after that are labs. Labs are a great opportunity for you to get hands-on knowledge, learn some new stuff. There are sessions throughout the rest of the day and then a welcome reception at night. Let's talk about Wednesday. Nick, what's happening on Wednesday? Take us down through.
Yeah, so again, if this is the day you are arriving, there is registration available as early as 7 a.m. because at 10 is where it kicks off, and it is the inspirational keynote. So every morning, technically between Tuesday and Wednesday, there is that big kickoff, and this is where everyone's at.
Yep.
So there are no other sessions going on at that time.
Yep.
And the inspirational keynote is literally like the heart and the soul of creativity, Adobe, the people they bring.
Yep. And I believe it's like Steve Aoki's in there. I think Jeff Koons is in there. It's going to be, I think Mr. Doodle is talking.
Oh, that's right. He's going to do a live thing or something, I believe. I can't remember, but
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let me confirm this. He was on the homepage, I think. So anyway, there are a lot. Yeah. Jeff Koons is going to be there. Sanhader, Steve Aoki, Mr. Bingo, that's who I was thinking of. Mr. Bingo is going to be there. We got Droplin, of course, our good friend. But that's what's happening in the inspirational keynotes right there. We got lab sessions, whatever. And then the end of the day, sneaks. Nick, there are 2 back-to-back things that are the highlight of Adobe Max. What is Sneaks and why do people need to watch it?
Yeah, so you get right in there at 5:30 on Wednesday, and it is an entire sneak preview of, think of it as like you get to walk around all of the testers and innovative kind of folks at Adobe and see what they're working on for the future. So this isn't a polished app that's ready to show. They just might go hey, have you ever been in Illustrator and thought, wouldn't it be great to do this? Well, we're working on it. And then they show you this. It's all beta. It's all in code. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But it is by far a look into the future as to what they're doing to make all these applications more efficient, better, super powerful. And it's just a fun way to see it all together in one show.
Yep. And if you're thinking of oh yeah, maybe I'll skip, it could be something cool. It's to the point where it's oh, do you want to control Illustrator with your eyes? Put on these glasses. And it's what? And they talk about it and then they actually show you. And I believe that this is going to be co-hosted by the one and only Kevin Hart. So if you guys want to hang out, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. Kevin's going to be there. And it's always a riot to be able to see these super techie people showing off tech with these comedians who are not designers.
And every year it gets more and more just celebrational because these folks come out there and they've never even been in a meeting, let alone probably a conference hall with 10,000 people. And they're presenting their thing live, and it's just incredible to see how much passion, and also it's how much goes into every little thing that we take for granted that is just a click away on all these apps, right?
Yep.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool to see kind of behind the scenes. So right after that is the Max Bash. The Max Bash is going to be amazing. 21 pilots getting started with Steve Aoki kicking off for them. It is going to be wild. And the Max Bash is the kind of big party at the end of the night. It is the event to go to. It's where you can make connections, have some drinks, get some food, and see a great show. That's
not to mention it's a creative powerhouse on its own.
Yes.
How they design and create it. Even just the area where it's oh, there's the dessert section, and you walk over. And the last time we were there, it was all retro cereal branded. So everything was. Remember, all the desserts were based on retro cereals as the ingredient, and it felt like you were walking into Willy Wonka's cereal factory. It was the coolest thing. I can't wait to see what they do this year.
Oh, awesome. I can't either. It's funny because I I've seen little things here and there and whatever, but like I try not to because I'm like, I just want to see it in person. I just want to show up and be like excited and like get the full experience. There's always like photo ops and interactive art experiences and places for you to like express your kind of creative vision with the collective of a lot of people. I remember last year or the last time that we had Max, they had a wall that was like the mermaid sequins that like you could draw on the sequin wall.
Where you can move it.
You can move it up or
like
down
that,
and there's different colors. Yeah. That was amazing. And someone's asking, can you watch the bash online? I don't know is the answer. I don't think so. I know they had done it last time. I don't think that you can this time.
It's never been shown live because they were never having a live content. But now that they've done it for the last 2 years, like I just tune in just to double check. Who knows?
Yeah. Tune in, see what's going on there. See what's going on there. Look for search Instagram hashtag Adobe Max. See if somebody's streaming or something.
I'll be doing it all live. So you just if you want,
Nick, are you gonna be on TikTok? You're gonna be streaming on TikTok.
Check out my Instagram.
Yeah. Follow Nick on Instagram for all the hot updates from Adobe Max. And then Thursday, registration, community pavilion all day, labs, and then some sessions during the afternoon. So if you are not able to make it in person, there are a couple places you can go. You can stay here on the Max site. You can get registered. They'll send you links. But you also can go to Behance. That's right. Let me go ahead and type this in. Behance.net. Behance Andrew. Behance.net. You're going to get some inception with us right now. But if you go to Behance.net slash Adobe Live, look at us go.
Wow.
You'll be able to. This is going to break the stream in a second. But you'll be able to tune in to there, all of the content. You can also go to live streams right here, and it will show you all of the upcoming live streams for the schedule. And look, you can see right here. Let's just take a look at the Adobe Live schedule for next week. Let's do that.
Oh, wow. Talk about like a sneak peek. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. These aren't secrets. So let's go just through what's happening next week. We've got Christy Campbell starting off talking about graphic design, first takes on graphic design, behind the scenes camera. Okay, Nick, I need to tell you about this because you don't know about it, so I can't have you intro it. The behind the scenes camera is an exclusive experience that's happening just for you. If you're watching on Behance, it is just for you, right? It will be nowhere else. Behind the scenes camera is going to be live from the Adobe Max booth in the in-betweens of our sessions. So you may be able to catch dance parties. You may be able to catch special appearances. You may be able to catch all kinds of stuff. So tune in for those. It's going to be a fun time.
You shouldn't have told me because I would have never known when I was if I was being there. Now I know it. So I'm going to be, if I'm on camera, I'm knowing.
Oh yeah. So it's 15 minutes between each show, and it will give you a little behind the scenes sneak peek, which will be really fun. We got photography with Claudie. And then Liz Carney. So, Nick, you probably don't know about this either, so I can't throw it to you. But
go for
it. we try. We do this on the fly. Lisa Carney is speaking and is also going to be on Adobe Live. That's because Adobe Live is having a Meet the Max speaker for a lot of the speakers. And you can tune in for these. If you attend a session, tune into Adobe Max after that session. Turn into Adobe Live after that session and check the calendar to see who you can connect with. So we've got James Bonanno, and then we also have people that are speaking, like Spencer. I believe that Fergie is on here. We've got there he is. Wild. This is going to be so fun. So you can meet a lot of the speakers, get a little in-depth interview. We're going to be talking about Zipeng's backstory, which is going to be really great. Not going to talk about it probably that much in his talk, but we'll be able to unpack things. And then you can hang out with Voodoo Val. Any excuse you have to hang out with Voodoo Val, why would you not?
Oh, yeah. Love it. That's fantastic. Right. There's so much good stuff coming that way. That's
I'm
great.
so excited for the behind the scenes camera. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, behind the scenes camera is going to be the best part about everything.
I'll be finding that camera. Go, where are you? Where are you guys?
Where are you? Okay, so let's see here. What else do we need to talk about? Let's go ahead and look at the community overview. Oh, there is one more person that I want to, one more thing that I want to show you. My goodness, and that is Behance portfolios. So if you go to max.adobe.com/community/Behance right here, you can check out all of the people that are coming to Max that have like all of their Behance portfolios, which is really cool. And you can filter by creative field. So maybe I just want people that do graphic design. Apply that filter. and you can find people that are doing work that are going to Max. And let's say like this, let's say this work right here. I love these illustrations. So I can click on Oscar and then boom, send a message. Be like, hey, love your work. Saw that you're coming to Adobe Max. Like, let's connect.
Great.
Right?
And this is if you click on the make my Behance page discoverable to Max, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I did that.
Let's see here. Adobe Illustrator. I want to find some people that work in Adobe Illustrator. Let's go ahead and apply those filters. Scroll down here. Ooh, this is a kind of fun logo.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a great way to find people to connect with that maybe you're a fan, or maybe you just want to show some appreciation, connect with community. Go and filter through those. It's just a really, really cool way to get connected.
They're giving you so many different ways, which is great. Like
so many.
The one thing about it too is, yeah, we're showing you all these incredible areas to click and kind of connect. But what I love about both versions, online and virtual, is there is a path in front of you anywhere you go. And it's completely laid out for you to know exactly what to do next, where you should be. You're never going to feel like, I'm just sitting here and there's nothing going on. That's what I love about it.
Yep, there's always something to do. So let's go ahead, Nick. I'm going to show how to create your notes in Adobe Express. We got about 10 minutes left in the show.
Ooh,
so we're going to hop over there, and I'm just going to show you quick ways to take some notes. So let's hop over. I'm pushing the button for what we're on. There we go. That's the right button. So Nick, I'll have you guide me here because you are the expert in Adobe Express at this point.
I'm getting there. I did my first animation the other day and I sent it to Andrew. I was like, look at me go.
Yes. Okay.
Go.
This is a side tangent, but that's what we do here on Adobe Office Hours. I'm going to pull that up, Nick, because it is such a good graphic.
Thank you.
Hold on. I just want to show people what you can do with Adobe Express. Nick.
And I'm telling you guys, like, I know we're going on a sidetrack there, but like every time I show this to a client or even my students, it's like such a go-to fun way to do something really quick.
Yep. Nick, did you post it on your Twitter?
Instagram, I believe, but it was yesterday, I believe.
Is it gone?
Did I text it to you?
Oh, maybe you did, but I also can't show my phone. Can you Slack it to me real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so Nick's going to send it to me. While we're doing that, I do want to show you in Express. We can come over here and just click on plus, and let's go ahead and start. Let's do like a flyer size. Let's do that. So I'm going to click on flyer, and this is how I can take my notes here in Adobe Express. Let's just go ahead and do notes. There are 2,000 of these. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I do a different one. Let's search up here. Search all templates, and I'm just going to do notes.
There you go.
Oh, bro.
Wow. Wait. Where did those come from?
These are great.
Those are awesome. I've never seen those before.
Okay, so let's start from this one. So you can just pick one that you want and literally just click on start from, and it will pull it up. So as that comes up, let me go ahead, refresh this. Nick, I'm going to pull up your graphic real quick just to show people what they can make in Adobe Express, because it is magical. All right, give me just a second.
These are all just still images. Like, it's actually artwork I used on a project. And to help my client kind of get the word out, we put it together and it did this great little illustration. The way it merges together was perfect.
It's so good.
The opacity, I just love it. It's so much fun.
It is so good. So this is super easy. All you need to do is add an animation here, and like, it's such a good graphic. And that took you what, like 3 clicks to make in Adobe Express?
Pretty much, because once everything was laid out and kind of in the right position, then I just hit the animation button and it did that all. It needed maybe one move and done.
Yep.
So it's a great app.
So check this out. This is crazy.
This is so cool. Now, see, this is mimicking, I think, that really huge trend in like journaling and stuff like that, the note taking. And look at you're getting it all digital, and it's like the ultimate fill in a PDF.
Yep.
Right.
And all you do is you click on text right here, and you can click on add text. And from there, we can start adding in our stuff.
You could and you could even change like note to max summary or something, you know, like have fun with these
Yes.
things.
And the coolest thing, I didn't set this font. It literally just knew that my headline was this font and pulled it in from what was already existing on that template, right? It's already set that template for me. Magic. That's
Love that.
crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just build these out a little bit and show you some quick hacks that you can do here in Adobe Express. So I'm gonna drop my name in here.
Aw, it's Andrew's summary card. I love
It's
it.
me. All right, so let me drop that in there. We can drop in dates, and then you can just drop in topics, the session you're going to. Maybe if you're looking to get something out of it, you can do goals, key points, takeaways. But once you're done with this, what's great is you can actually click on Add Page. Now, if you click on Add Page, it's just going to add a page. That's not what we want. We want to click on Duplicate Page, and it's going to duplicate everything that we have on that last page. So we can cycle back and forth between page 1 and page 2. And anything we have on here, if you put in your name, your date, maybe the session number right here, we can change all those things. So also what's cool is I could come in here and let's say that I do want to change the subject to say session number. All I need to do is just double click on this right there, and we'll do session. And it's going to keep all that formatting, customize it to me so that I'm able to have all of my notes, have my session, have something that's kind of customized to Adobe Max. And once we're done with this, we can share it. And Nick, let's talk to our educator friends for a second. What would be the benefit of sharing our notes from sessions with our students or with other educators?
To all learn from each other, right? How are you doing something? Or maybe you might have caught a great tip that we didn't catch in that same conversation we didn't get to go. So sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. You heard it here first on Office Hours. I barely made it through that sentence. So you can do all that. And the way that you want to share is once this is all filled out, you're going to click on the share button up here on the right. And you can either share one page or you can share all the pages. If you do all the pages, it'll be a PDF. And maybe this is something that you can share in a PDF of your whole week. We also can publish that or schedule to social media very easily.
You could add all sorts of things. You can add the tag. You can tag the speaker's name, their social media thing. Because if you're sharing this, you want to make sure that people know where to go to see for more information or whatever. Or if you took a photo with your phone and you're doing this on your phone, upload the photo of the speaker right into your notes.
Yes.
There's so many fun things you could do.
That's the other thing. You don't have to do this on desktop. You could literally use this on your phone. Like this template will work on your phone. You can use Adobe Max. Man, I'm reading Max and trying to say Express.
I know.
You can use Adobe Express.
And they're very much the same.
Yes, on your phone. I'm going to make this red, and then I can even change the blending mode here. Right, let's get some interactions happening. Maybe I want this to be a fun blue. And you can customize this fully to maybe match your classroom, maybe match your school colors, whatever you want to be. This is it.
I love the themes that they give you in these templates because like you might scroll through a few and be like, nope. And then you see that one, you're like, that's exactly the one I was looking for. Like,
yes.
The styles are great. They're really hip with the vibes. Like everything I see is like a perfect capture of like really good trendy stuff that's kind of catching people's eyes all over on social.
Yep.
It's all there for you. That's so great.
Campaign. There we go. So this is for my session, how to create a successful social media campaign. And I'm just going to drag this here. And boom. Now I've got like my little content. Very easily, you can duplicate this by just clicking right up here with that selected. Click on duplicate, and you'll be able to make another version of it that you can continue to kind of just move around and design right here in Adobe Express. And once you're done, you can go to, again, share. Oops, I hit the wrong button. You can go to download right there. And here's something, Nick. Here's an idea that I have. Nick, you can maybe do this with your students. Actually, let's ask real quick. What are you doing with your students at Adobe Max that are going? I know we talked about maybe recording, talking to some people. Do you have an assignment for the people that are going?
Yeah. So I don't know if they technically know this or not, but yeah, I'm gonna have them interview people with my recording equipment and hopefully build a podcast episode of their interviews with people that they got to be, session runners, hosts, you name it. So that's that too. But I'm also pushing them, and this you never have to too much, to really just socialize, to learn, to meet people, to make that exchange. I love it when a person I know comes up and says, "Oh my God, we met some of your students. And they can give them that just great compliment. They're in their environment. None of them have gone to anything in the last 2 years.
Yep.
So for them to go to here, we've got about 13 of them coming. So I'm really excited. They're going to be blown away.
Yep. So if you're an educator, here's my advice for homework. If you have students going to Adobe Max, make them do this.
Yeah.
Make them turn in, and even if they're just watching online, this is actually be easier if they were watching online. Make them find a template, and hey, your assignment is to turn in your notes or something that you learned at Adobe Max, right? Just use Adobe Express, express.adobe.com, find a template, drop in content or knowledge that you learned during Adobe Express, and then you can download it as a PDF and get all the sessions, all the notes, turn it in, make that an assignment. Be a really great thing for them to be able to keep all of their notes, their reminders, their inspirations all in one place, and have them pay attention during Max.
It's like a 3-for-1. They're learning. They're learning a new app, and
everyone's
then
learning.
You're all going to share it.
It's true.
That's great.
Everyone wins. Those are all our tips for Adobe Max. Nick, do you have any inspiration to our friends that may be seeing us in person? How do you close out the show today with the time before Max? Last show before Max.
Oh my gosh. Get ready. Buckle up. However you're going to experience it, make the most out of it. Meet people and learn. That's the best I can say.
My advice, go take a nap now because you're going to need one next week. All right, we'll see you at Adobe Max, everybody. And we are not live. There's no Adobe Office Hours next week, but we'll see you the week after for our Halloween Spooktacular Max recap here with Adobe Office Hours. Bye.
/holiday special.
/holiday special.